I'm heading out on Tuesday for a memorabilia installation trip, and I am planning what I'm going to bring on this trip. Hello and welcome back to Sew Pomona. I'm Rebecca and I'm so glad you're here. On this channel, I love talking everything fashion and sewing with a focus on travel and capsule wardrobes. So I will be leaving on Tuesday out of Miami. I am flying first to Chile, and then I'm going to Buenos Aires, and then from there to Mar del Plata. So that's going to be a really long trip, and my flight home is going to be even longer. That one's about 20 hours. I'm going to be flying from Mar del Plata to Lima and then back to Miami. So with these really long 15 to 20 hour travel days, a lot of this is layovers. I need really comfortable clothes, and especially this is a work trip. I'm going to an installation, so I need very comfortable casual work clothes. I'm going to show you what the weather looks like this week, what color palette I'm going for, as well as talking about some other things, like I just finished my BFA degree. So I'm really excited to share this. So I have to frame this now. So I just got my diploma. I got my Bachelor of Fine Arts with honors from the University of Hartford. If you've been following me for a while, you know I was 6 credits short of graduating, which I found out after 25 years. And so I took some courses at Broward College. I took an illustration class and a botany class, and I got A's in both, and I finally got my degree last week, right before we headed out for Thanksgiving, which was great to share this with my whole family. So that really made for an exciting Thanksgiving week. I went over to Lakewood Ranch, where my parents and my sister live, and spent time with the whole family, my kids, my husband, my dog. It was just a really great, relaxing trip. So this is a great family trip, and I'm really glad I got to spend this time with the whole family. I'm gonna have a lot of travel in December and January. Next off, I'll be going to Brazil later in the month. So first things first, how do I pick out the clothes? How do I pick out my color palette for each trip? You're gonna see this is a little different from my last trip to California. The weather and season are a little different, but I do have a few of the same pieces. And also, because this is kind of last minute travel, it's not like I have time to sew a new outfit before I leave. So I'm really working with what is already in my handmade wardrobe. So the first thing I do for any trip is I check out what the weather is going to be. And it looks like the highs could go up to as high as the 80s or 90s, and the lows will be in the 60s. So a little cooler at night, maybe quite warm in the day. I'm going to be on the coast, so I'll have the coastal breezes. So I wanted enough layering pieces to really work with this climate, especially that 60-degree weather will feel cold to me living in Florida. If you lived somewhere that is quite a bit cooler than I am here in Florida, this might feel totally different to you. So my wardrobe is going to be a mix of light breathable pieces, pieces that will mix and match. And then I wanted to have some pieces for if it is colder and some if it is hotter. The other thing I had to take into account with this trip is that I'm going to Argentina, which is actually entering summer right now. So their summer is from December to February. So it will still feel cool to me compared to our Florida summers, but the days could be a bit warmer. So I was trying to work with my color palette with this. So you can see here, I do have black. I have, because I feel like that is a good neutral color, but I tried to go a little lighter in my tones for this trip. So I am going to bring my sandy sand trousers. I'm also bringing in a lighter linen crop pant, and I'll show you each of these pieces one by one so you can see what I'm bringing, but I did try and really mix that up and keep the palette a little cooler, a little lighter, since they are going into summer, and here we are in fall going into winter. How I always start is I pick out what I want to wear on my travel day. And because this is going to be an evening flight and I'm going to be sleeping on the plane and then have to get up and be ready to go the next day, I want to be very, very comfortable. So again, I'm going to wear my purple Jalie Vanessa pants. These are in some kind of rayon mix. I'm not quite sure. They've been in my stash for a while. This is that Jalie Vanessa pant that I widened the leg. And I have had a few people ask me about this, and I am going to go into detail the next time I make these pants so I can show you exactly what I do. But I do tend to, the leg kind of tapers in like this. And so I just use my sloper and widen it on both sides of the pant. And then I true up the back and the front off of my sloper and the pattern I've just altered. Sometimes if I'm doing a very wide leg, I would slash and spread it. But for this one, I had my my pant sloper, which has a moderate leg, so I could work off of that when I was altering this pattern. All right, so I'm gonna wear this with my poppy black V-neck tee. I did just pull these all out of my closet. My plan is today to iron all of these before I pack them, but just I feel like it keeps them a little nicer when I'm traveling, and I do want to make sure everything fits in my bag. So I'm gonna wear those two pieces, and then because this is an overnight flight, I really want it to be comfortable, so I'm going to wear my black Hard Rock hoodie. This is the one I got in Tejon on my last installation. It's just the inside is really, really soft and fuzzy and warm, and I kind of like having a hood so that if I'm sleeping, I can pull that up over my hair and keep my hair from going crazy overnight. So I think this will be very, very cozy. I may add on another piece. I'm gonna see how much, where I have, if I wanna have a third piece under the hoodie. I'm not quite sure yet. I just got back yesterday, and so I've been pulling out my pieces since I leave on Tuesday. Today is Sunday, by the way. So that is my travel outfit. Next, I tried to less think about outfits and more think about pieces that would be versatile. So I went with 3 pants. So let me pull these out so you can see these. And because I was unsure exactly what the weather will be, it could lean cooler, it could lean hotter. I wanted a mix. So I've got my newest pant. These are the ones I just refinished. I wore these all weekend for Thanksgiving. So I came home, washed them, and they are ready to go. This is that cotton gabardine in sandy sand that I got from Stone Mountain and Daughter. So we had a very chilly day in Lakewood Ranch, and this was great. My legs did not feel cold, so this is going to be my colder weather pant. Then I have another travel pant. I will possibly wear this on the flight home, but I'll also wear it for an installation day probably. But this is the same thing. I widened that leg. A very comfortable, easy to wear pant. And I'd say that's kind of light to mid-weight. And then I decided for my third option, in case it is actually warm, I am bringing this linen, kind of like a flood pant. It's cropped. It's very comfortable. This is in a Lady McElroy kind of beige linen. It does have 2 darts in the back, and it has a flat front and elastic in the back of the waist and a side zip closure. So I feel like this looks a little nicer than a regular just drawstring pant. So this will be, if it is warmer, I have that third option that will look a little more spring-like. Now, for colder days, other than wearing my hoodie, I wanted a jacket. So this is a ready-to-wear piece. It's from American Apparel. I've had this for over 20 years. I bought this when I was living in New York. It's just really comfortable. It's a nice mid-weight jacket, just something to throw on in case I am actually cooler. And it's not that bulky to pack. I am thinking about bringing one more layering piece. This is Vogue 8447. I've shown you this a few times. It's one of my favorite layering pieces because it just does add that little bit of warmth and also sun protection. And I feel like I can layer it over any of these tees I'm going to bring, and it will work with any of the pants. So just really neutral. If I need that layer of warmth, that will do it for me. Now I'm going with 4 regular t-shirts. These are t-shirts I may wear when I'm not working. So I'm going to bring my green one and my beige one. These are both rib knits, and they're both Vicky Sews patterns. You saw these in my fall wardrobe. This is an older t-shirt that I have that's very lightweight in this, it's kind of faded to a lighter brown. I think this fabric was originally from Marcy Till, and I've had this in my closet for at least 5 or 6 years, but it's just very comfortable and it looks nice when it's ironed. And then this other little rib knit tee. This is just comfortable, a little more spring-like if the weather is a little warmer. But I also wanted things that I could have more tops, but they don't take up a lot of room. My other tops I will be bringing while I'm working are going to be my hard rock tees. So I've got my purple tee from Ottawa. I have a green tee from Ottawa. I have another, this is a navy, kind of like a cropped tee. And this is my newest one from Tejon in this kind of sage green. And I am trying to buy a tee each property I do. So soon I will have a very large collection, but those are the nicer ones that I like wearing on an installation. I do have a few others, but I'm just bringing the nicer ones I want to wear while I'm working. I am going to bring my Greek pajamas. One thing I have to do is the hem came out of one of the pant legs a little bit. So I'm going to repair that today. I am going to bring a ready-to-wear shirt that will also work as exercise, swim, or a layering piece if I need another one. This is from Free People. Just really lightweight, takes up no space, gives a little bit of sun protection if I need it. This is actually a swim short that I made. This is Jalie. I'll have all the patterns and info below. This was my first pair. It was just a tester version. I like that it has these little side pockets. Just a really easy swim short or exercise short, just in case I need that. I am gonna bring one bikini, just in case I wanna go down to the beach, although the water there I think is going to feel very, very cold to me. I'm used to Fort Lauderdale, our water is quite warm. So I'll bring it, but I don't know if I'll actually wear it, but I could double as an exercise top. So I'm gonna bring this closet core top. I really like the straps in the back. And then this is just a little self-drafted bikini that has an elastic top. So I'm just gonna bring that if I need a swimsuit. I'm gonna bring one yoga set because I do like doing yoga every day. Especially when I'm traveling. And what I do is, so I don't have to travel with the yoga mitt, is I have yoga paws. They go on your hands and feet. I find that works really great. So I'm bringing a self-drafted legging in this burgundy color. I'm pretty sure this fabric is from Blue Moon. And then my little tank that does have a it has a shelf bra inside, so this is really comfortable. And if I needed to, this can double as a shirt. All right, last thing, my purse. So I will pack this one. This is my rust-colored tiny bag from Anthropologie. And I do like this one. It has an extra strap that I can swap out if I want to. And I feel like this color will work with everything. And then I am going to bring two belts for my trousers. Just one in a gold, one in a silver. Just so that if I want to change it up, that won't take up much room. So that's my purse. I am going to most likely wear my Hokas on the plane since they're my biggest shoe. If I end up having enough room, I will pack these and bring my Keen kind of travel shoes. They're very comfortable for the plane, but I'm not sure how much room I'll have. I did kind of want to bring my Keen navy sandals. They're closed-toed. These are really good water and kind of hiking shoes. They're very, very comfortable. So just in case, I feel like if I'm doing anything active, that might be really good. I can go down into the water easily. And then I may bring my Havaianas flip-flops just for in the hotel, and if it's warm enough that I don't want to wear a regular shoe. I am going to bring my backpack again. This worked great the last trip. I do love that it has that sleeve on it that goes over my bag. This is my Sherpani carry-on. I think this is going to fit everything. I'm probably going to check it, even though I could carry it on. I do have a paid bag on my flight, so I'm probably going to check it, but it is technically a carry-on. Usually when I'm traveling for a long weekend, My daughter and I both pack in this bag, so I think it should have plenty of room, and it is slightly expandable, which I haven't used the expander yet. So I'm also, what I'm getting is I ordered a Bag Smart expandable tote that I want to put in here, because I'm thinking while I'm away I may want to do some holiday shopping, so bring back some souvenirs. So I'll have an extra tote if I need to bring anything back, and not worry about jamming everything back into my carry-on size suitcase. All right, so what else will I bring? I'm gonna bring very minimal accessories. I will probably bring a small travel umbrella, just in case there's rain. And I feel like anything else that I really need, I can probably buy while I'm there if there's something I'm missing. If I wanted something special, I can buy it while I'm there. So I'm gonna try and pack really light, and if I need something, buy it. All right, this is pretty much my last minute travel packing. I'm gonna press these now, and then I'm gonna pack them. So hopefully they will all fit. And if I have to pare down anything, not a big deal. I may actually also put a spare outfit in my travel backpack in case when I get there I want to change my t-shirt or something. So I probably will break up what I'm putting in my actual bag and the spare outfit that goes in here. And if everything fits, I'll pick another outfit and put that in there. All right, I will be back in probably 2 weeks because I don't come back until Monday very early. So probably no video next week, but I will film while I'm away and hopefully get some better footage of the area. It looks really beautiful, so I'm very excited for this trip. All right, that is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, happy sewing.